It is just ridiculous that since the beginning of the war, there has been global blindness to Hamas's cynical and systematic use of the residents of the Gaza Strip. For some reason, only Israel faces constant criticism, while Hamas, Daesh, Hezbollah, and other pro-Iranian organizations and branches of the Revolutionary Guards in Iran are abusing their citizens, and only Israel is to blame. The residents of Gaza are suffering under Hamas rule. Hamas is a despicable terrorist organization that exploits the Gazan population and uses it as human shields. Values such as hatred, murder, selflessness, and personal gain are key values for Hamas. That's why I'm not surprised to hear the recordings released by the IDF. Listen to a conversation of Unit 504 when an IDF officer talks to residents of the Gaza Strip.
قولهم يا اخوان يعني هم بدهم ايانا نطلع من الطور عشان يركبوا عليهن ويصيروا يضربوا عليكم. نحن طول ما احنا في بيوتنا، احنا عشان دورنا في الخط الاول، نحن محافظين على بيوتنا عشان ما حدش يركب عليها. هم بدهم ايانا عشان يطلعوا فيهن، يكسروا الحيطان ويطلعوا فيهن.
In another conversation, a Gazan cook is heard telling how Hamas steals UNRWA warehouses and takes the food of Gazan citizens.
انا بشتغل في مؤسسه امريكيه WKSA اسمها.
WKSA؟
صحيح، المطبخ العالمي الامريكي.
ايوه، وانت شو وظيفتك هناك؟
انا طباخ معتمد في المطبخ هذا.
انت معناتهم
والله الاكل مش بيسرقوا اكل، يا ريت بيسرقوا اكل. المسرقين مخازن الوكاله.
بس سرقوا منك.
حاليا لا، لكن بحاولوا لما تيجي بيشتغل بحاولوا يسرقوا.
It's sad to say, but it's even getting worse, because in another conversation, we hear how Gazan citizens share that Hamas killed his cousin because he tried to ask UNRWA, the United Nations organization that is designated to help Palestinians, for help.
يا رب ماشي ان شاء الله يحفظ ابو اللي جاب حماس حتى عشان
يلا اقتلوا حماس. ارفعوا معكم علم ابيض، رايه بيضاء.
وقتها بدكم تخلصونا منهم؟ وقتها بدكم تخلصونا منهم؟
ليش احنا نخلصكم؟ ليش ما خلصتوا نفسكم منهم؟
وهم قتلوا بن عمي امبارح.
امبارح هم قتلوا ابن عمك؟ ليش؟ هناك جماعة الحماس قتلوه؟ شايف كيف هدول؟ لذلك بدنا ندمرهم في جباليا، ولذلك مطلوب انه انتوا المدنيين عشان ما يصير عليكم على اشي تخلوا هناك.
Our war with Hamas is difficult. It is about a terrorist organization that got out of control and became an army. It does not respect any law and no international rules. Hamas is a terrorist organization. In the same breath, I want to congratulate another important elimination that the IDF conducted in Bet Jen in Syria. The IDF neutralized Hassan Aksha. This man was primarily responsible for launching the rockets of the terrorist organization Hamas from Syrian territory towards the state of Israel in recent weeks. Yes, Hamas is operating from Syria and conducting attacks against Israel. From the beginning of the war, Hassan directed terrorist groups of Hamas, which fired rockets from Syria towards the territories of the Jewish state. That's why he was eliminated. In the El Burij camp in the heart of the Gaza Strip, fighters from the 36th Battalion located factories for the production of ammunitions, but when the information checked, it was revealed that the entire camp is one big factory that manufactures ammunitions for Hamas. This is a densely populated camp consisting of civilian buildings where Hamas terrorists produced many tons of weapons that were used by the terrorist organizations on the October 7th massacre attacks against Israel. The entire El Burij camp is a terrorist stronghold for the production of weapons in the Gaza Strip, and many factories were found in it that were producing long-range rockets, explosives, and precision-guided missiles, including mortars, explosives, and small arms, as well as unmanned aerial vehicles, suicide drones. Some of the factories were found underground at a depth of 30 meters below the surface. In addition, IDF forces eliminated dozens of terrorists who tried to attack the troops. The Golani Brigade's combat team, located in the north of the camp, the largest missile factory since the beginning of this war. Components of long-range rockets that can reach the north of the country, mortar bombs, charges, and ammunitions were found in that location. The factory is connected via underground shafts to a branching networks of tunnels that was used to transport weapons to all the battalions of the terrorist organization Hamas along the Gaza Strip. Following the preliminary intelligence information, the operation resulted in significant damage to Hamas's ability to strengthen and create weapons in the Gaza Strip and prevented further damage to Israel. In southern Khan Yunis, the fighters of the 7th Brigade's combat team carried out scans of terrorist infrastructure located next to civilian homes and terrorist offices. During the searches, weapons, grenades, radios, and many intelligence documents were located. In addition, the forces uncovered a shaft in a school area, toys of AK-47 weapons, and photos documenting school children that are trained in weapons. During the operation of the combat team, several RPG missiles were fired at the troops. The forces returned fire and eliminated the terrorist squad that conducted out a shooting attack using tank shells and airstrikes. In northern Israel, an Air Force fighter jet completed an attack on Lebanese territory, during which a military structure of the terrorist organization Hezbollah was destroyed. Following a warning about the infiltration of a hostile aircraft earlier today in the area of Emek Achula in Kiryat Shmona in Israel, the air defense fighters successfully intercepted a suspicious aerial target that crossed Lebanese territory on its way to Israel. In addition, earlier today, an anti-tank missile was launched from Lebanese territory towards the Mount Dov area, and as a result of the launch, an IDF soldier was slightly injured. The soldier was taken to a hospital for medical treatment. His family was informed. I want to salute 4 heroes, 4 IDF soldiers who fell defending the country of Israel. May their memory be blessed, and let's pray that their families be comforted during these hard times. Sergeant Roy Tal, 19 years of age, from Kfar Yoshua, a fighter in the 94th Battalion, Kfir Brigade, fell in the battle in southern Gaza Strip. Major David Schwartz, 26 years of age, from Elazar, a fighter in the Engineering Battalion, was killed in the battle in the southern Gaza Strip. Major General Yakir Hexter, 26 years of age, from Jerusalem, a fighter in the Engineering Battalion, fell in the battle in southern Gaza Strip. Major General in Reserves, Gavriel Blum, 27 years of age, from Bet Shemesh, a fighter in the Divisional Engineering Team of the 36th Division. He was killed in the battle in the center of the Gaza Strip. Israel is surrounded by enemies. From the north, we have Hezbollah operating in Syria and in Lebanon, while in Gaza and in Judea and Samaria, we have Hamas terrorists and other Islamic terrorist organizations. We have the Houthis that launch missiles and rockets from the southern part, from Yemen, towards Israel. We need your help. We need your help in praying for the peace of Israel, and we need your help in sharing the truth of what is happening in this region and who we are fighting against. People should know that we do not seek war. I want to go back to being a civilian and to spend more time with my family. And like me, there are hundreds of thousands of IDF soldiers that are in reserve. This is not their job, but they do this because we must defend our country. So join us in prayer for our families that are back at home, and keep praying for the peace of Jerusalem, and together we will win.